Hi everyone, welcome to our romance reading for Friday, April 24th. Your affirmation for today is, I am patient, tolerant, and diplomatic. My words and actions are healing. For our reading today, we're going to be using 2 cards from the Romance Angels and 2 cards from the Angel Tarot. So let's go ahead and start with our first card for today. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And as the card states, this card is about addictions as well as negative behavioral patterns in the relationship. It can literally be addictions such as substance abuse, like drugs or alcoholism, or it can be something like jealousy, control issues, physical, emotional abuse, or verbal abuse. This is about a lot of negativity. And I've also seen this card to come up when it means something totally different and not a situation that involves abuse or negative behavior, but simply a situation where one person depends on the other. This might be for financial support, or this might be someone who cares for someone who is disabled physically or mentally. And I believe this card is trying to suggest that some of you are in a relationship like this, and it is definitely affecting you. And it may be in a negative way. It might be that you are the person in the relationship who's responsible for this negative behavior, or it might be someone that you are with. Either way, these are problems that will have to be resolved before the relationship can move forward. And if you're dealing with abuse, you really should completely remove yourself from the situation. Next, we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this card is a completely different energy from the first card. The first card is very negative. This one is light and fun. So this card is really saying that this is what some of your relationships need. Some relationships don't have enough of this playfulness. It is all serious. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of control issues and jealousy and abuse. And I'm not saying that this is what's happening in all of your relationships. Obviously, some of you have happy relationships where the first card may not even apply to you. But I think that for some of you, it does apply. So your relationship needs this playful lightheartedness. And that is what's really going to help some of you move away from the first card where there's all this negativity into a much happier place. So again, if you're someone who's already in a happy relationship, then keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing, keep flirting, keep being loving, keep being lighthearted and fun. But if you're single, I feel like this is definitely something that you need in order to attract someone to you. You definitely want to show that fun and flirty side. And when you're extending this kind of energy, it sends off a really positive vibe that people are naturally attracted to. So again, if you are in a troubled relationship, taking on this kind of an attitude where you're lighthearted and fun is what will help to heal these relationships. And next we're moving on to our first card from the Tarot. We have Release. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So this might be directly associated with the codependency card, because this is asking some of you to release certain people in your lives, or perhaps certain behaviors, certain attitudes that may be negatively impacting your relationship. There's something that needs to end, something that needs to be let go of. And I can't tell you how many times cards of this nature have come up in readings this week. We've had 2 other readings at least where we were being encouraged to let go. And here we are again. So this card is really building on those messages. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a person or a behavior. This might be pain that is associated from the past, or pain that is associated from this present situation. So maybe some of you are still holding on to anger and resentment from an ex, or this might be some negative behavior from the first card. But when you release, I feel like for some of you, it's going to help you to feel less stressful and more lighthearted, which will actually help you to take on this playful energy from the first card. So think carefully about what it is that you need to let go of. It may be time for some of you to let go of the past, to walk away from someone, or maybe a certain situation. Our final card for today is the Moon. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. Yeah, so that is what I normally associate this card with: fears, confusion, and intuition. So for a lot of you, this might be a confusing time where you're not exactly sure where you stand in your relationship, if the person really cares about you, or you might also have doubts about them, and you may be wondering if they're faithful, if your relationship will last, and there might be something that you're not seeing clearly. You might be really paranoid, and this could be about the person or something in your relationship. So again, this is normally what causes a lot of the negative behavioral patterns like jealousy and control issues. And some of you might actually be afraid of the person that you're in a relationship with, especially if this is a situation that involves abuse. Or this might be about fear regarding losing someone. So if you're single, it might be that you are afraid that you're not going to meet anyone, or you might be afraid to open your heart and love again for fear of being hurt. But this card is also asking you to pay attention to your intuition. I feel like the signs are there, and you're getting advice about what your next steps should be in your love lives. And for some of you, this is about being playful. For others, it is about letting go of something or someone. And once this cloud of confusion settles, the next step for you will become clear. And in order to move from a state of confusion, I think it is going to be important to listen to your intuition and act on that guidance that you're getting. So I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you this weekend.